In Scotland, there is a bridge where dogs walk to the edge, look over, and jump. Over 1,500 dogs have leaped from the same spot on the same bridge. At least 50 have died. No one knows why. In the west of Scotland, near the town of Dumbarton, there is a stone bridge where dogs jump to their death. They walk to the parapet, pause, look over the edge, and leap. Over 1,500 dogs have jumped from Overtown Bridge since the 1960s. At least 50 have died from the fall. Some dogs that survived have climbed back up and jumped again. It always happens at the same spot. The right side of the bridge, between the last two parapets. The dogs that jump are almost always long-nosed breeds, collies, Labradors, retrievers. It almost always happens on clear, dry days. And the dogs show no signs of distress before jumping. They simply walk to the edge and go over. Overtown Bridge was built in 1895 as a private entrance to Overtown House, a Scottish baronial mansion overlooking the River Clyde. The bridge spans a ravine approximately 50 feet deep. The fall onto the rocks below is not always fatal, but it is always devastating. The phenomenon first gained attention in the 1960s when local residents noticed an unusual number of dog deaths at the bridge. By the 1990s, the pattern was undeniable. Dog owners began warning each other. The local council erected signs, "Dangerous bridge, please keep your dog on a lead." The signs didn't help. Dogs on leashes would lunge toward the edge. Dogs that had never shown any interest in jumping off anything would suddenly vault over the parapet with no hesitation. In 2005, a local man named Kenneth Meikle was walking across the bridge with his baby in his arms when, as he later told police, he became suddenly convinced that the baby was the devil. He threw his 2-week-old son over the bridge. The baby died. Meikle was diagnosed with severe psychosis and committed to a psychiatric hospital. The incident was unrelated to the dog deaths, but it added a layer of horror to the bridge's reputation that made national headlines. The Scottish Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals investigated the bridge in 2005. Their conclusion was essentially that they had no conclusion. They could find no structural, environmental, or behavioral explanation for why dogs were jumping. In 2010, a canine psychologist named David Sands conducted the most thorough investigation to date. He studied the bridge, the surrounding environment, the weather patterns, and the behavior of dogs in the area. His theory centers on smell. Beneath the bridge, in the dense undergrowth of the ravine, there is a large population of mink. Mink produce a powerfully pungent scent from their anal glands, a scent that is extremely attractive to dogs, particularly long-nosed breeds with a strong sense of smell. Sands theorized that dogs walking across the bridge catch the scent of mink rising from below, become intensely focused on the smell, and leap over the parapet without understanding the height of the drop. The theory is plausible but not proven. It explains the breed preference. Long-nosed dogs have a stronger sense of smell. It explains the location. The gap between the parapets where dogs jump is directly above the densest area of mink activity. It explains the weather pattern. Scent rises more effectively on clear, dry days when there is no rain to wash it away. But it doesn't explain everything. Dogs encounter strong animal scents all the time without jumping off bridges. The parapet is high enough that a dog would need to actively leap, not simply stumble. And the behavior of some dogs, returning to the bridge and jumping a second time, suggests something more compulsive than a momentary lapse of judgment. Some locals offer a simpler explanation: the bridge is haunted. Overtown House has a long history of death and misfortune. The original owner's wife died young. A later owner committed suicide. During World War II, the house was used as a maternity hospital, and multiple infant deaths were recorded. The bridge, according to local legend, exists at a thin place, a concept from Celtic spirituality describing a location where the barrier between the physical world and the spiritual world is unusually weak. Scientists dismiss this explanation. But scientists have not provided a better one. The dogs continue to jump. As recently as 2023, dog owners have reported their pets lunging toward the edge of Overtown Bridge. The local council has considered installing higher barriers but has not done so, partly due to the bridge's status as a listed historical structure. Overtown Bridge stands in the Scottish rain, grey and solid, overlooking a ravine filled with mink and mystery. Dogs still walk across it every day. Most pass without incident. But some, always the same breeds, always at the same spot, always on clear days, stop, look over the edge, and make a choice that no one can explain. Over 1,500 times. Same bridge. Same spot. Same behavior. And no one knows why. If you found this fascinating, subscribe for more stories like this. We post new videos every week.